This video is not going to make you rich. It's not even going to make you better at FL Studios. This will only show you how to use this multi-band compressor. Once you know what the knobs do, it's up to you to hop in the studio and make some music, make some art. All right, no more talking. So, Fruity Multiband Compressor. We're going to be using a song called There Was a Time That I Came to You. That's not important. What is important is understanding this. So, we're going to start from the top. You have your presets. If you left click it, it'll give you all of your presets. But before we click and jump into that, we're going to go over some more buttons. From the top, we have your low band, mid band, and high band. This will control each section of the song. So we're going to keep this one on, mute, mute. So we're only going to hear the low band now. So that is the low frequencies. The beautiful thing about this is these squares right here, these sections are all identical. So you only have to learn these knobs when it comes to the frequencies of your music. All right. So threshold. Threshold is the point at which compression starts. Your music is at a specific dB range. If you start dropping the threshold, then essentially there will be a point where it starts compressing itself. So let's listen. So it starts compressing itself. Now you can change the location of that threshold with the ratio and the knee, but there's no need to do that. In fact, you can leave these all essentially where they're at for now. Here, sometimes I like to make this 8.1, but it's not necessary. Wow. The next is your attack. That's how quickly you hear the effect hitting your music. The release is how quickly the effect releases from your music. And then gain is just the volume. So with a high attack, you'll hear it immediately. There's no buildup. With a low attack, there'll be a slight delay in how fast the effect hits. And it's extremely subtle. So I would say reset, reset. Don't even worry about it. All right, so let's turn these all back on. And now let's work with this section. So this is your frequency display. Each of these knobs represent a different frequency that will be affected. If you click and hold without sliding the mouse, you'll see where your frequency bands are. So the pink represents your middle frequency bands. These orange is your lows, and these blues are your highs. Now, as we slide these, you'll hear what happens. And that is my CPU going crazy. As you slide the low end, you'll hear what happens as well. Essentially, it creates a high pass. And if you do it over here on the other side, it would create a low pass. And then, of course, you have your middle frequencies, where you can completely cut them out. And at the end of the day, it's not super necessary to use these because you have parametric EQ too. Let's slide through some of these presets. Now that you know how to use this section, ignore these. You can essentially ignore these. You have your gain knobs. You have your gain knob over here. This is your master gain. Yeah, so let's move on. So you have your presets. And the cool thing about this is you can just slide through your presets and adjust what you like. Say you like this one, but you kind of want to take some of the low end out. And so now you have a modified noisy neighbor and you're off to the races. So that is essentially multi-band compressor. I know it looks like a lot, but it's not. The last thing we'll go over is this little limiter. You can turn it off and listen to what it sounds like. Turn it back on. And usually, if I'm not mistaken, when you open up Fruity Multiband Compressor, it comes off. So I wouldn't even mess with it if you don't have to. This is not a super duper in-depth, again, not a super duper in-depth video on Fruity Multiband Compressor. This is an applied video. How can you understand it enough to hop in there and start hitting knobs and doing things? If you want a more fleshed out video, you can go to any of the awesome YouTubers. You can also go to the FL Studios manual. But this video specifically on how to hop in here and use this immediately. So thank you for your time. If you have any more questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section. If I helped you in any way, please give this video a like and a share and a subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it helps the channel out, and allows me to reach more people who just want to know the absolute simple basics on what this is so they can start making music. I appreciate your time, and as always, go make some more music. Lux Ether. Deuces.